Brandais.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's just gibberish.
Now, here's Russ and Sully.
Live from the Jump Television Studios in sunny San Diego, California, 70 million TV home strong, 150 radio stations, and of course, American Forces Radio Network. We've been talking to the television audience for the first 5 minutes of the program. Now we got the radio audience. Nails, what do you got going on today?
Well,
classifieds, I see. It's funny. I bought an actual newspaper yesterday myself.
Yeah.
Like a real newspaper.
Yeah. Well, I get it delivered every morning. I like holding the paper more than a laptop.
So do you open it up?
Yeah,
you spread it out?
Yeah, and then you can walk away and come back. You don't have to upload it or recharge it. It doesn't run out of batteries.
So
it's a paper.
You're looking at the want ads right now.
Yes, just in case this show goes to hell.
Things going
I'm surprised. It's like a page. There's nothing. Yeah. Nobody does anything here anymore. It's ridiculous.
Well, because it's all online now.
Yeah. Crossword puzzles. I hate those.
Did you hear that the NFL is coming to San Diego to do a public meeting?
No.
To find out what the public says about, and of course, we're broadcasting out of San Diego. You might be watching us in New York City or Chicago or listening to us in Opelika, Alabama on the radio, but Chargers may be leaving San Diego. It's been a very big deal.
Yes.
So the NFL is going to come to town to do some sort of a public hearing.
Yeah, but this is a great city to be. Look, if you're in Cleveland, would you like to move to San Diego?
Well, this is why we need a football team.
San Diego Browns.
Because when you got some Johnny Lunchbucket sitting in Cleveland in 20-degree weather,
right,
and they're watching the Browns play the Chargers in 80-degree weather, that's a commercial. That's a 2.5-hour commercial for San Diego, which, by the way, tourism is our second biggest market driver here in town. I don't know why I'm doing it.
We only have to drive 70 miles to be disappointed if we want to continue to be a Charger fan.
Thank you. Hey, let's talk about the market today. We were just talking to the TV audience about if you're listening to us on radio, you can certainly go to bigcharts.com or stockcharts.com. TV audiences look familiar to you, but the Dow Jones, NASDAQ, and S&P
everyone's happy.
They all look happy. Technically speaking here, what you're looking at is what's called a moving average convergence divergence. I know that sounds pretty complicated, but what that really means is it's very simple. If you were to buy a stock at $100 and you let that stock drop down to $80, hope against hope, didn't sell it. If that stock ever floated back up to $100 again, you'd probably sell it.
Get that.
Because and that's how the market runs on fear and greed, and that's how that works. So that's why we're looking at this. Look at if we're looking at a chart of the Dow here, and again, radio can't see this, but
so colorful though.
It really is. But if you think in terms of what this looks like here, if this were a stock, let's just say it were Caterpillar or Qualcomm or something like that.
Sure.
I wouldn't buy this yet, but I would certainly put it on a watch list. It's actually, you know what? It is a buy. It's just not a strong buy because it's down here at the bottom. It's overbought. It's too expensive for its recent trading range. You want to have that pull back just a click and move sideways and consolidate, and that's what works there. So there you go. Okay, I have said all along, and I think altogether we have close to 40,000 Twitter followers on all of our Twitter feeds, and we've got Facebook, and Russ and I have our own social media site called youtwitface.com.
Kind of a big deal.
We're kind of a big deal. And I've always said I didn't really understand the need for social media because we have microphones and television cameras, and we got a website. Until someone came on the air and said new media is all media. That's exactly right. So joining us now is Jade Brandais. She's with Renge.com, and of course she's here to talk about bridging the gap. So you're going to tell me I'm full of hooey, aren't you? Tell me we need social media regardless, don't you?
Hi, how you guys doing?
Good to have you.
Great.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Well, I'm a USC graduate, started off in film and moved my way into making web series as entertainment and tech are becoming almost synonymous
Web series?
now.
How long are web series? Like the episodes
anywhere between a 30-second cat video almost to a Netflix show.
Wow.
Which is technically
Well, it's kind of interesting.
Well, see, now, of course, he killed my freaking argument because I will tell you that Netflix and those things work for social media. I'm just thinking for business, though. How am I going to make $1, okay, from our brand, our 19-year brand of TV and radio? How am I going to make $1 because I got more Twitter followers or social media people? How does that work?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's tricky using specifically social media that follows just social lives and lifestyle and entertainment like that. So brands have to be a lot more creative in interacting with their users. But the more users you can interact with, the more people you can get into your store or listening to your brand, your show, your TV, radio program, what have you. So for example, you start reaching out to specific users. Let's say you've got that one user that just blasts you on Twitter, hey Sully, hate the show, whatever. All of a sudden you see your ratings just drop completely.
No.
I mean, and that's when you start to see the negative effects of social networking.
Yeah.
But on the opposite side, you can do the exact opposite. Reach out to that one Twitter person, turn him into
What's
a fan,
your
and now all
problem,
you
dude?
have
Yeah.
exactly. And now all of a sudden you see ratings go high up, way up.
So so Jade Brandais, by the way, she's with us. She's social media expert. So if there was, so we've got you've got a ton of people watching the program that are entrepreneurial. You've got a bunch of people listening on American Forces Radio that want to start businesses. Is this a critical part of business? I mean, social media have to be part of the platform. You can't ignore this, right?
Absolutely.
How do
You
you
really
so
can't.
how do you do business via social media then? Is there a way? Is there a formula?
Well, there are a couple different formulas. So, for example, you can go the traditional route of managed ads and spend your money on that way on Facebook, seeing through the news.
Does that work? Facebook ads work?
Oh, absolutely.
Really?
Yeah. Anywhere from a small.
So look at
business to
him.
a
You don't
large
believe it, do
business.
you? Hold on a minute. He doesn't believe it. Tell me what. Have you ever clicked through an ad on Facebook?
Did I go laconic all of a sudden?
Yes.
Yes, no, I really have. Maybe once I've clicked through an ad.
So
on
that's the
Facebook.
point. Is
But
that-
I'm an old
Well,
guy. I
let me
don't
ask you
Listen,
this.
and you know more. Listen, you're a millennial. You listen.
Yeah.
We're
Let
crusty.
me ask you this: how often do you go through your news feed on Facebook?
A lot.
That might be the
Couple
answer. I
times
mean, these
during the week.
millennials, they're on it all the time. Tinder alone, for example,
Oh.
and this is Tinder. Don't get me started.
Right.
Tinder.
Don't get me started.
Is Tinder the
You went
swiping
Jewish
date
on it.
thing?
That's the swiping date thing, but according to a statistic about Tinder, that people are on it for 7 minutes at a time, 11 times a day.
Wow.
It's insane. You have eyes to.
So what you're saying is there's CPM opportunities here. There's
yeah,
distribution
huge.
points. Here's what the problem is.
Yeah.
The problem is that they're going.
It's got to be the right product for the right thing, though, right?
Well, it doesn't matter.
It has
I
to be
mean,
extremely targeted. So you can
Yeah,
target
yeah.
specific people that love this show and only target them and only spend money on targeting them on Facebook.
Okay.
is there? Okay, so you're talking, and you mentioned specifically millennials, and I have to ask this. I'm sure that the rank and file has something to learn about how millennials purchase because I can tell you my parents are purchasing crap online. Is this all about online spending? Because look at click-through rates are still abysmal. Doesn't mean the audience is small. It just means that people are actually taking action on this. Are we talking about a wide swath of the market now, or is this just millennials in your mind?
Oh no, this is everyone. I mean, everyone that has a smartphone, basically. I mean, yeah, you have everyone on laptops, but let's just move forward into what we're moving into now, which is just smartphones, which is why there's a huge development of applications, mobile apps. And every time, you don't think you can download another mobile app, something like Uber comes out, which is just taken over the world.
Yeah.
But really now, especially with social media, being able to bring that online world back into the offline world of networking in real time and in real space.
The name of the game here, though, is again that all media, new media is all media. So is this a function of a local business versus a national business? Do they all require all of them, like Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and everything? You don't want to leave any stone unturned?
Yeah, and the great part about that is now new media has just offered kind of a level playing field for all businesses, small or large. And now, the large companies can't ignore the smaller followings, the smaller customers that they have.
The
that
little
they can just kind of
complaints,
push-
if you will,
Exactly.
on
you
Home
don't-
Depot's Facebook page that I said, "Come on," and they called me like within an hour.
But it's
Yeah.
interesting because there's a story today.
I know I'm getting sued. For,
There's a story today. Amazon is
False.
expanding its campaign against fake product reviews.
Well, that's a
the
different-
danger, right?
different
The
animal.
danger is the Yelps
Yeah.
of the world and I guess the cyber
Yelpers,
terrorism that goes on when. So how do you navigate through this? Because the effect on this entire in any marketplace is the fact that obviously you're no longer leaving stones unturned, because when you used to use traditional television, radio advertising, print media, that's all you had. You had direct mail. Remember, you used to get the thing in the mail.
Right.
You had billboard advertising. You had bus stop
maybe an
advertising.
airplane banner pulling
That's-
by the
that's it.
beach on a busy
But
summer.
now, as you just mentioned, the net gets much larger. Because of
Yeah.
just she said, how many times a day do you go through your feed? Is there a calculated method? I mean, is there an algorithm now that where you can understand how much money should I be spending here versus traditional advertising?
Yeah, absolutely. And actually, Facebook does help a lot with that. But also, there are companies, if you're worried about the one complaint, or if these big companies or even smaller companies are worried about the one complaint, there are actually companies that will
That'll
pinpoint
kill 'em?
how much.
Oh no! Wait, I'm sorry. What app is that? There's his name. There's his number. There's my problem.
Yeah.
Take him out. Okay. .com.
But there's the algorithm that exists there.
Right. Well, they have companies that will actually pinpoint how much is their worth in the online world. So, do they only have 2 followers? Maybe not listen to that one. Do they have 200,000? Maybe that's someone that they
talk
should
to her,
address.
yeah.
Yes, but it's all about taking. Even with online media right now, people still need to continue the offline media as well. I mean, there's a reason why Bed Bath & Beyond still does their 20% coupons in your mailbox.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know? it's still.
And they're still giving toasters away at the local bank. By the way.
I still like them.
30 seconds just before I let you get out of here today. What are the what's missing here? What's the final frontier for this type of I guess marketing inside a business?
Well, especially for a business and a small business starting to grow, it's really about taking these online networks and the 5,000 connections you have on Facebook or LinkedIn and being able to actually utilize them in your business. And how do you do that? And there's a tool that we're coming out with next spring that will actually bridge that gap of being able to utilize these networks in a really tangible way.
Wow.
Rather than go to each one of them, that's a pain in the neck.
Jade, thank you so much. Jade Brandais, her website, Renge.com, Renge. You can follow her on Twitter. What's your Twitter at? There you go.
Jade Brandais.
There we go. Let's hammer some Twitter followers.
Look at her.
All right, coming up, Vince Marconi, retail behavioral specialist. We'll ask him about social media as well. Big Biz Show, bigbizshow.com. Stand by.